Hi there, I'm Bigg Mackk, host of BiggMackRadio.com that airs each and every weekday afternoon at 5 o'clock West Coast time. You know, I want to let you know something. A little secret of mine. Not necessarily a secret. I am a card-carrying member of the Republican Party. Yes, there are black folks that are members of the Republican Party. The reason I joined the Republican Party was because each and every time the Democrats were in charge, they were like a bunch of freaking crabs stepping on one another trying to crawl out of the damn basket. And they did nothing. With the exception of Bill Clinton, President Barack Hussein Obama has been the smartest, clearest thinking individual that has ever occupied the White House. Now I want you to listen to something. Senator Mitch McConnell, Eric Cantor, and please let's not forget the crybaby, Speaker John Boehner. Every time this man wants to do something, President Obama wants to do something, these jackwagons, along with the Tea Partiers, are doing everything in their power to keep this man from seeking a second term in the White House. But you know something? I'm not really upset with the teabaggers because they're on message, they're on point, they are telling you, they are telling us what they're going to do. Day one, job one. They, with the stroke of an ink pen, are going to undo all of the things that this hard-working president has done. We sent them there to work together in a bipartisan fashion to create and promote job growth. The President of the United States, he can't do a damn thing about promoting or building jobs. He's the President. It's up to Congress and the Senate to pass legislation that will go before the President so that he can write it into a law. I'm a proud son of the South, in spite of its heritage. I've seen things with my eyes that would turn your hair white. I've seen my parents get chewed up by German Shepherd police dogs in Greensboro, North Carolina. I remember these nicely attired young men that were a member of A&T College going to the F.W. Woolworths in downtown Greensboro, sitting down, wanting to be served, and they refused them. I was there. I remember that. I also remember when there were some peaceful protesters in Morningside Home, the projects I used to grow up in and live in Greensboro, where there were a bunch of peace activists that were nonviolent, unarmed, and they had a television crew there. And they watched a couple of cars pull up and get weapons out of these vehicles and shooting to death the protesters, the unarmed protesters. And do you know what? Not a single one of those rat bastards served a day of jail time for such a heinous crime. Those are some of the things I remember. The water hoses being turned on my grandparents. High pressure water hose that can basically cut you in half. I remember the crack of the axe handles that the Greensboro Police Department used to use to beat protesters, unarmed protesters. But again, you want to know why I joined the Republican Party, huh? I'll tell you why. Because the Republicans, the Democrats, they don't like to get their hands muddy. They don't like to get down in the dirt and kick it up. You know, that's how George Bush got 2 terms, because John Kerry and Edwards didn't want to fight. And they were under such a siege by the swift boat activists. But that was before the Tea Parties. They swift boated their butts. And they didn't toss a single punch back at George Bush. And that's how George Bush won. And that's why I joined the Republican Party, because you know what? They're not punks. They stay on message. They stay on target. Sure, I mean, I'm a realist. They take my vote for granted just as well as the Democratic Party has been doing to the rest of us. But you know what? I was thinking about changing my party affiliation and going back to the Democratic Party. But you know, I thought about it. Hell no! I'm not going back to the Democratic Party because I'm going to hold the Republicans to task for not doing things they were supposed to do, like create jobs instead of worrying about abortion rights, gay and lesbian rights. You know, and these guys are so unsympathetic. They said that if you get sick, that you should die. Or if you're a lesbian or gay, you cannot be included into the Republican Party. The Democratic Party is the only party that's inclusive, that respects everybody's rights, that we are a United States of America, but we are divided America because of two things. The Koch brothers are bankrolling the efforts of the Tea Party. If you don't know about it, Google these guys. They are gazillionaires, and they're up the buttholes of the Republican Party and the Tea Party. But you know what? Enough of that. You know who I'm really upset with? Do you want to know who I'm really, really upset with? The do-nothing cowards that sit on their hands and thumbs in the Democratic Party. Our president went to a fundraiser with the Congressional Black Caucus a couple of days ago. And oh my gosh, what in the hell did he do that for? You had Maxine Waters of California crying, why, the president was so tough on us. And then also we had a Mr. Nobody, Tavis Smiley, and his little nappy-headed partner that's a professor, Dr. Cornell. You know what, Tavis? You are nothing. You are nothing. You're on PBS. Who the hell watches PBS? Well, with the exception of kids for Sesame Street. But Tavis Smiley, you know what? You are worse than Herman Cain. Herman Cain talked about how the Democratic Party has bamboozled and brainwashed us. What in the hell do you need to be making a comment about the president being too harsh on those people that are sitting on their butts doing nothing? So Tavis, you know what? Zip it. Zip it. Zip it. Shut up. Goodbye. Shoo. Nobody wants to hear from you. That's why you're not on BET, you jackwagon. But instead of supporting our president, you know what? Where are the leaders? Jesse Jackson. Where are the music moguls? Russell Simmons, P. Diddy, Jay-Z, Oprah, Tom Joyner, Steve Harvey. Why are these people are now out in droves supporting our president? Look, the Tea Party, you know, they're always out there with their placards of the president looking like a damn monkey or tar baby or looking like a caricature of Hitler. But where are the Democrats? Where in the hell are the Democrats? And you know what's going to happen? You're going to sit on your butts and somebody from the Republican Party is going to be nominated and elected president of the United States. And I wonder what kind of feeling you're going to have in your gut the day after the election, huh? How are you going to feel then, you jackwagons? So I say to the members of the Democratic Party, get off your hands and thumbs, lace up your shoes, ring some doorbells, knock on some doors, organize, get fired up, and stand behind this president. Because the alternative is doom and gloom and the destruction, total destruction of life as we know it. They're going to legislate morality. They're going to give tax cuts to the wealthiest people that don't really need it, like the Koch brothers. These guys are about at least $50 billion rich. But the Democratic Party, they're not out there marching. They're not standing behind and with this president. And Maxine Waters, let me tell you something. If you're so damn offensive about the things the president says and does, get the hell out the job. Let somebody else have it if you don't have the fire in your belly to stand up and stand tall and support this president. He can't do it by himself. He didn't get into this mess by himself. So again, I urge you, you Democrats, you do nothing, cowardly, sniping, stabbing in the back, Democrats, get off your damn butts and support this man. I'm Bigg Mackk, host of the Bigg Mackk radio program that airs each and every weekday at 5 o'clock. That's on BiggMackk radio.com. Again, BiggMackk radio.com. Every day, 5 live and worldwide. Now, Democrats, you've been warned. Now, Democrats, you have the task of standing up, standing tall, and supporting our president. Now, it's up to you. It's up to you from here on out. No more whining, no more complaining. Step up and step with this president. He needs you more than ever. He needs all of us more than ever. You know what? I'm with you, Mr. President. I'm with you 100%. Because I'm a real American. I love this country. And I don't like the way that we're looking in the rest of the world. How divisive we've become. How mean-spirited we've become. And the Republican Party is out of control, and they're a bunch of racists. All they need are just the hoods and the robes. Again, check out me, Bigg Mackk, weekday afternoons at 5 o'clock West Coast time on BiggMackRadio.com. That's BiggMackk radio.com. Do it. Because if you don't, the day after the election, you will be so sorry that you didn't.